first married sister and their father. Call this meeting to order of the Chattanooga Beer Board. Welcome. All meeting attendees, attendees should sign in the designated sign-in sheet at the podium for the Sunshine Law. All electronic devices, please, must be turned off or muted so as not to disrupt the meeting. Do that. And any individuals wishing to address the board must do so from the podium. Please state your name before making any comments. First item on our agenda is approval of the minutes from the July 17th, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve July 17th, 2025 minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? None noted. Okay, at this time, the court reporter will swear in everyone. So if you're coming to the podium to speak today, you'll need to be sworn in here. Thank you. Okay. Beer applications approved by regulatory. We have one TWS Golf LLC. Beer-1324 was approved by regulatory. Bertha, do we have any others that were approved? Phil?
We have new beer application number 1 has been approved.
Okay, so that is 100 Food 5 LLC. Beer permit number 1323 has been approved.
Under number 2, Vision RCC LLC, doing business as Energy Suites Chattanooga downtown. That has issue with legal.
Okay.
And that has beer 1348. On hold to legal. I think they have some issues.
Okay.
We're still set.
All right, so we really don't need to pass it to the next meeting, or do we?
No,
Yeah, we don't, do we? Just
Yeah,
when it gets approved.
I just, need their board to consider some things before they approve it.
Okay, very good. All
so-
right, thank you. And number 3?
Number 3, 7-Eleven, I guess it's incorporated doing business at Speedway, 42-185, that's beer 1353, that has been approved.
Thank you. All right, any others? All right, thank you very much. Wow, this might be the shortest one yet.
No, gotta go back to the one that,
Right. Do you, is it, say you're in the process of working with their board now on, vision? So does it need to be, we just need to wait till the next meeting?
No, so, what it is that, they're ready to come before the board, and the board needs to make a decision as to whether or not to approve it, because there are not necessarily issues with their application, but some things that the board needs to discuss before approving it.
Okay,
So it's
all
not
right.
something that
Okay, all right.
regulatory can just approve.
All right. Well, are there representatives from Vision RCC LLC here? If you would come up to the podium, please.
yeah, cause they still are going.
All right, if you would both state your names, please.
Glenn Hogan.
Glenn?
Morning, Michelle Malone.
I'm sorry,
Michelle Malone.
Michelle Malone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Take one, pass it down here. Give us just a minute here to review this.
So what the issue is when you apply for a beer permit, everyone who has 5% or more stake in the company or the entity owning the establishment has to go through the application process. And a lot of times when there is an LLC involved, they will submit an organizational chart, which is what I passed around. This organizational chart was uploaded on July 2nd, 2025. And I got to looking at it, and I had some questions about, who owned what, because it seemed like Vision RCC LLC is the entity owning, do they own Embassy Suites or the locations that are having the beer permit?
Correct. So Vision RCC is the ownership entity for the asset, which the asset would be the Embassy Suites Hotel.
Okay.
But yes.
Okay, all right. And if I misstate anything, just feel free to correct me, okay? So, Vision RCC LLC is the entity that owns the Embassy Suites. That entity is owned by two different entities, Vision Riverfront District LLC, and the manager is Mitch Patel, and New Vision Broad and Fourth LLC. Well, the problem here is that we need a person attached to this beer permit so we can hold them accountable should something happen to the beer permit or whatever. And typically, the manager is not the one that we hold accountable for the actual beer permit. So I had some questions about, okay, well, who owns this entity? And I was then given another organizational chart yesterday, which, to be fair, as soon as I asked for it, they gave it to me. I just hadn't had a time to do a deep dive into it until, earlier this week.
Somebody did the only one.
So the one you're handing out now is the revised
That's the revised one,
organizational sheet,
right?
okay.
So you'll see on this revised one who owns Riverfront District LLC, is the 20 limited investors with passive, non-controlling interests, none of which have 5% or more interest.
Okay.
And then they own 80.26%. And then Mitch Patel owns 19.74%. Okay? And then on the other side, River City Company is a nonprofit and no individual has 5% or more interest. Okay? So my question is why the first and the second organizational chart looks different? Was that a mistake or what? What happened there?
I would need to see the second organizational chart, with regards.
I think I have some extras.
I've got extras.
Okay. You see how at the top,
First one that's got my name.
Got 20%.
Thank you.
I see it says Matul Patel.
but I think he goes by Mitch.
Yes, he does. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So, making sure that we explain exactly that Mitch Patel and we identify everyone that has more than a 5% ownership stake. That is why we broke out Mitch Patel having the 19.74%. When we take the full ownership percentage of that Vision Riverfront District owns, which is 88.43%, and then we multiply that by the 21% that he owns of Vision Riverfront District, that gives me a total of 19.74% of his ownership within Vision RCC LLC. When you take the next highest owner of Vision Riverfront District, that would just be 5%. But due to the fact that Vision Riverfront District only owns 88.43%, the 88 times the 5 gets us less.
Less
Thus-
than the 5%
Yes,
of
ma'am.
the
Thus, I did not
entity.
state them out on any other chart.
Okay.
Okay. All right, well, I don't want to take away from Dan's, but does anybody have any
Yeah,
questions
seriously, go
about
right ahead.
this?
No?
I have one question. In the ordinance, does it identify that a person must own? It probably says, does it say a person has to be the applicant? In a sense, as far as ownership, or that an entity, does it distinguish between entity and person at all on the application?
Yes, because if it's a corporate entity, you list the officers of that entity, and those are the people that'll be responsible for the permit. But if there's an actual person that owns a part of the entity, that person, and if that person owns 5% or more, that person is listed on the application.
For accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Makes sense.
So the way everything is set up now is Mr. Patel is the only person that's gonna be responsible for this beer permit.
But he's technically not an owner of the Vision Riverfront. Well, he's not an owner of Vision RCC LLC individually.
Well, he's an owner of the Vision Riverfront, which is also
Like
an
a
owner,
derivative ownership?
right? And see, this is why I brought it to the board, to see what y'all wanted to do with it.
When did the second come down?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
May I ask, Glenn, what role do you play?
Ownership representative. I work with all the investors as well as do the financial work behind the scenes for the deal.
Okay, okay. And Michelle, is it Michelle?
I'll be the general manager at the Embassy Suites.
Okay, the which?
The general manager.
General manager.
Is Mitch and Patel the same person? Because you got two names on here.
Yes, Mitch Patel is what he goes by. Matul I. Patel is his full legal name.
Okay.
Okay.
Questions for the board?
So, with that being said, is he aware that incidents or whatever is all gonna fall on him as opposed to, not that anything's going to, or if anything happens or whatever, foreseen?
Correct, yes, sir.
So he is aware that it would be, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Typically, we apply at our hotel management company, but due to the fact that we have to deal with Square One and a couple different food and beverage outlets, we have to apply at the ownership level to be in compliance with the franchise as well as the food and beverage manager. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ron?
Yes, sir. Tell me, is this a bar environment that you're going to be managing there? Is there a bar and do you have ABC there?
Yes. Yes,
So-
it'll be a bar environment. We have a lower level bar that will be serving, and we'll also be selling beer out of our pantry, and everybody is ABC licensed.
So people off the street can come into this bar?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Monica?
so motel is not a part of the LLC at all, correct?
Repeat the question,
Is
please.
he a part of the LLC since he's separated in this chart?
He is a part of the Vision Riverfront District LLC. But the reason I separated him out was due to the fact that he was the only one with more than a 5% stake in the total LLC.
When did he get his 19%? Or because you just got this chart with the difference in it yesterday. So is it a way to actually show that he has 19%, or is it just
So,
giving us something on paper?
so actually, they also sent their operating agreement. I have one copy of that. And it had, Mr. Patel listed as the, manager, as well as the different investors that signed the LLC agreement. So,
Manager of Embassy Suites?
no, the manager of, Vision Riverfront District LLC.
I think what I need clarity on, and I would defer to legal, but technically speaking, there's no human ownership of Vision RRC LLC. Because
Correct.
it's owned by, and potentially, we don't know the ownership proportions between, now that there's two LLCs owning Vision RRC LLC, the differential ownership of the two LLC. For instance, if Vision Riverfront District LLC
Yeah, I see it.
owns 50% of Vision RRC LLC, then Mr. Patel's ownership interest would then be a different proportion of Vision RRC LLC, because there's two LLCs involved. So it'd be 50% of 1974%, if I'm
Well-
thinking correctly.
So, I'm looking at the wrong one. So Vision Riverfront District owns 88.43% of Vision RRC LLC. And that,
Okay.
and so, Mr. Patel owns, 19.74% of the Vision Riverfront District.
Right.
So if you bring all of that down, he still owes more than 5%
Right.
of Vision RCC LLC.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Is the way I'm understanding it. Is that correct?
Correct.
And nobody else owns more than 5% of
Right.
Vision RCC LLC.
Correct.
Ron?
Yes, sir. Have y'all already closed on this deal? As far as the sale of the property or the change of the hands, or is there any of that going on?
No, the property is about 2 to 3 weeks out of being completed.
It's new construction.
Yes.
Correct, yes. Everything with regards to legality on our end has been finalized.
Is it any way possible that Mr. Patel can just put the application in instead of us just going off of the organization?
Well, if the organization owns it, that's the organization that needs to put it in.
Needs to be in.
Right.
Yeah.
But-
And he's listed on the application. He's done all the stuff.
Oh, he's done all
Right.
that part.
All that part. So there's been a background check ran on Mr.
Okay, that's what I was
Patel
thinking.
and all
Okay.
of that stuff.
Okay, I thought we just went up.
Yeah.
Organization, I got you.
Okay. All right. Any other questions from any of the board members?
As far as legal doesn't have an issue with the derivative ownership, thing, because technically speaking, there's not a human owner of Vision RRC LLC. I know Mr. Patel has ownership interest in Vision Riverfront District LLC. But he doesn't have individual interest in Vision RRC LLC.
Yeah, I see what you're saying from via the flow chart.
Individual.
Right. Yeah, I get that. Then that's why I brought it to y'all to see what y'all wanted to do, like, because if there's not a human owner, then we can also do the officers as well. So if you want to say, hey, the officers need to put in a application as well, if there are there any officers of Vision RCC LLC?
The only officer would be Mitch Patel as an acting manager.
Right.
Okay, so then,
Is it a member-managed LLC, Vision Riverfront District LLC, or is it member-managed?
it's manager managed, because I got
It's the operating agreements manager
articles of organization.
Right.
And then said, manager managed.
Legally speaking, is a manager of an LLC is considered an officer of an LLC?
That's a good question.
Because in corporate formality, officers are like president, vice president.
Right. But a manager is a little different.
Manager, in my understanding, doesn't have corporate, maybe it does, maybe they're an agent of the members. And so they do have,
I don't know if this helps or anything, but he's also listed as a registered agent for the LLC or not.
Okay,
I mean, usually the registered agent is just someone who accepts service.
Right.
That's correct.
say that,
So-
he's what?
The registered agent is someone who accepts service on behalf of the LLC.
Right.
Well, I thought that was the person that's in, when all else fails, he's the one that's gonna be answering the questions or responsible. No?
Trevor's got something to
Yep.
say.
Wow.
So there's three types of LLCs. There's a member managed, a manager managed, and a board managed. What they're saying is this LLC is a manager managed LLC.
Right.
And that means only the manager has authority to bind the LLC, whereas the individual members do not. So that managing member would be the one who would be ultimately responsible for acting on behalf of the LLC.
Right. Thank you, Trevor. That was Trevor, actually.
can I ask a question of the public hearing officer?
Yeah.
The direct owner, the applicant is Vision RRC LLC at the bottom of the organizational chart. Do we have the operating, if we have the operating agreement, is that a manager-managed LLC?
Well, I don't have it in front of me, but I think they're saying is this is like a joint venture between two incorporeal entities, two LLCs.
Right.
And so it's essentially a partnership between those two
Right,
LLCs.
between the two, right.
Creating this manager-managed LLC.
Right.
And that's, the one at the top is the one you should be concerned with, because it's the one that has the actual ownership interest of the property and will be operating the business. This Vision RCC LLC is the one that will be doing the.
And
operating
because the LLC above that is manager-managed, that automatically makes,
No, when these two entities formed this Vision RCC LLC, they selected, when you form an LLC, you select whether you want to be member managed, manager managed, or board managed. And they selected to be manager managed.
we don't know that.
She has it on the.
I have the articles of organization,
manager
and they uploaded it to the system, and it says member manager, manager managed.
Okay, very good. Good questions. Any further questions? Yes, ma'am.
It says consumer and carryout permit. Why do you need a carryout permit?
I don't know what that is.
So here it says they're applying for consumer carryout.
So carry out means someone can buy beer from your establishment, like a 6-pack, and then, or individual, and take it out. Or carry out, that's what that means.
I would say carry out to their room.
To their room, that's what
Yes.
To the
There's a-
room only.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
Is that considered carryout?
Yes.
That's the only thing, when I saw Gary, I was thinking.
Because they have the pantry.
Because they're leaving that little
So, but
square
you can
footage
come
there.
into the hotel, buy a drink, and walk out the hotel with it? How do you
No.
enforce it?
No, they would carry up to their room.
How do you enforce somebody just walking out the hotel with a drink?
How do we enforce it?
Yeah, just walking out of the hotel with a drink.
I would say the same way that any other bar would. If we see somebody heading out with a drink in their hand, we advise this, we're not a carry city, and they have to consume that inside our building.
Would your
So you don't have
bartenders,
anything in,
would your bartenders tell them that, is that in your, in their job
Yes,
description to tell
yes,
them that?
as it is with our front desk as well,
Okay.
Very good.
part of their training.
So the pantry is only accessible to guests of the hotel?
Correct.
right? Okay.
Right. All right.
what is
Outside,
accessible
no,
to guests?
yeah.
The pantry where they sell the.
Our market, yeah, we call it the market in our lobby.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
That's kind of the standard operating model now for just about all of the
Absolutely,
places that want to be involved in any food or beverage. At least my experience has been they'll have a pantry where if you're staying in the hotel and you want to go get a candy bar or some chips or whatever.
Correct.
They don't have a restaurant per se, then you can do that. And if they have beer, then you have to show your ID to the
correct. It's the same
person.
procedures as if they were buying a beer at a
Right.
bar.
Right.
They're
And-
carded, and our company has a 100% carding policy.
And you
So
have to be
everyone is carded.
staying in the hotel in order to use the pantry. Someone can't walk in off the street
Correct,
and buy it.
Right.
They won't, it just doesn't work that way.
correct.
But you also have a bar downstairs that will be open to the public.
Correct.
But the two are not, are they adjacent to each other, or is the pantry in one location and the bar in
The
the other?
pantry is right next to the front desk, and the bar is a bit away from that. Still in the lobby, but a
But
bit
it's
away.
segregated.
It's separate.
No, okay, all right, got it.
Because I just know earlier, they said it's open to the public, anybody can come in and
The
go.
bar.
So now you separating the bar and the pantry, so.
I think even if hypothetically, someone walks in off the street, buys from the pantry, and carries closed containers out of the hotel, under this permit, that would be allowed as well. I know it's not the internal policy of the hotel, so it's- I'm not speaking to that, but even if that happened, they wouldn't be in any way violating the permit there.
Theoretically, it could be possible, and that's why I asked the question. So, yeah.
And my experience has been that you're paying retail plus at the pantry, okay? It's not you buy a
Maybe even
six-pack of beer in there, it's
plus.
gonna cost you
Right.
$15 or whatever, All right, further questions? All right, is there a motion to approve the application?
I make a motion to approve
All right,
application beer permit 1348.
is there a second? Second, discussion to the motion? If not, I'll call the roll. Zach?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
JW?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Veronica?
Yes,
Brooke is not here, and Christina, sorry. My glasses are scratched up, I apologize. And the chair votes yes, so, all right, very good. Thank y'all very much, and thank you for
Thank you.
the explanation.
Appreciate you.
My brother, I want him to see this. We got a family, my brother. Ownership that owns them all land. I thought this is kind of an interesting setup here.
I know, right?
Right.
I said, I know, right?
Okay.
This is like reaching back to law school for me.
Thank y'all very
Thank y'all.
much. There is there any other discussion that the board would like to discuss?
I complete this step.
Anyone from the public wishing to address the board? All right, seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn the board meeting? And immediately after the board meeting, the administrative hearing will start. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Adjourn, motion to move. Adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, thank you.
Right?